Well, we are responding to a lot of communities that have been hit really hard tonight. The good news is everybody around here really took this storm system very seriously, and I think we can attribute that to what's happened in Joplin and in Alabama. You know, this keeps happening over and over this season. So I think a lot of people here today really took this storm system seriously, and they took the precautions. But unfortunately, we had several tornadoes just really rip apart some of the communities around here. So we have a long, long night ahead of us.
So what are the priorities right now? Is the search and rescue mission still going on?
Absolutely. Fire, police, paramedics, they're out doing what they are doing. And we are also going into the neighborhoods and making sure that everyone we come across has food, water, shelter tonight, and really just the emotional support. You know, this is nothing new for Oklahoma, but we had several tornadoes today, very large ones that came through and really did a lot of damage.
What about the injured? Any numbers on how many people have been injured?
Honestly, I could not tell you how many have been injured. I know we've had certain fatalities that have been reported. We've had numerous injuries. Our job here at the Red Cross is to get out there and make sure everyone is going to be in a safe place tonight, that they get back on their feet. And the only way we can do this, and we urge everyone, please give to the Red Cross, because we are going to need all the help we can get, not only with this storm, but everything that's been happening here lately.
Yeah, you say, you know, a lot of people are being accommodated there. I would imagine that this storm went through quite a wide area when it touched down, and there were many homes that were damaged, so a lot of people were made homeless. Are they being accommodated tonight?
Absolutely. We're opening up a couple of shelters. You know, the good news, if there's any good news out of this, it's the storm hit smaller communities. So it avoided the Oklahoma City metro area. We dodged a big bullet here in the city that's heavily populated during a rush hour, and it really took tracks into several smaller towns. So that's the good news, but the bad news is there are still many, many families that are homeless tonight. Homes have been destroyed, lives have been destroyed. We're going to be here to make sure they get taken care of.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much for joining us there. In Kansas, 2 people have been killed in strong winds. The recent wild weather has resulted in the largest tornado outbreak in U.S. history. Let's look at some of the worst tornadoes in the country's history. The most deadly tornado occurred in March 1925 and plowed through the states of Missouri, Illinois and Indiana, claiming 695 lives. The next highest death toll came in May 1840, when a funnel cloud killed 317 people in the Mississippi town of Natchez. And 117 died when a twister hit the town of New Richmond in Wisconsin in June 1899. Well, the town of Joplin in Missouri was hardest hit by a powerful tornado on Sunday. The death toll following there has risen to 122. Al Jazeera's Rob Reynolds is in the city of Joplin.
The people of Joplin, Missouri are still in a state of shock, many of them, over what has happened to their city. As you can see all around me, a tremendous debris field where the tornado struck early Sunday evening. Unfortunately, at this time of year, there is often bad weather, and people are always looking to the skies, hoping that more bad weather will not hit this area again. It's been a very difficult day for Joplin and for the people who live here, and unfortunately, it is likely that there will be many such days for them ahead.
Clearing away the wreckage in the wake of America's deadliest tornado in over 60 years. People in Joplin are returning to their homes, searching for anything spared by the storm. More than 2,000 buildings were destroyed when the tornado struck Sunday evening. The wind's incredible power uprooted trees, obliterated houses, and wrecked a hospital. Cars lay smashed like aluminum drink cans. Smaller details tell their own stories.
The sheer scale of the devastation here is hard to comprehend, even when you see it with your own eyes. And when you listen to survivors' stories, that's when you get a sense of what it must have been like to live through this storm.
Bob Massey was sitting in his living room when the twister struck.
I ran over to the corner right there of the kitchen wall, and when I did, there was this log about 8 inches around, about 4 foot long, just a torn off arm of a tree. come jabbing through the kitchen wall. Then another limb come jabbing through the kitchen window. And all this happened so fast, it was unbelievable. There's no time to go anywhere or do anything. You were just there and you were going to be there.
Trey and Maggie Kelly's house was wiped out, but they've managed to pull some priceless mementos out of the rubble.
You know what, we're lucky we're still alive and getting through it, and we're staying strong and being positive and just keeping the faith.
That determination to move on and rebuild was echoed by Joplin officials.
We've suffered a devastating loss. We will recover, and we will recover strongly, more strongly than we were when we began.
Good morning, everybody.
President Barack Obama pledged government aid.
The American people are by your side. We're going to stay there until every home is repaired, until every neighborhood is rebuilt, until every business is back on its feet.
Full recovery may be a long way off for survivors like Bob Massey. Much hard work and many prayers lie ahead.
And joining me now here in Joplin is Jim Retto. He is the local Red Cross coordinator for the American Red Cross. And Jim, what is the Red Cross doing for people who've lost virtually everything in this catastrophe?
Yeah, our top priority right now is to address their basic needs: food, water, shelter, medical, and emotional support. We're doing that at the shelter a couple miles away from here.
How many people are homeless?
Well, we have about 110 people who have stayed the night with us, but we're getting thousands of people coming in and out the door, and they're getting food, medical attention, and registering for services. I mean, to many people, this is the worst day of their lives, and so we have a cadre of volunteers who are psychologists and psychiatrists who are able to address those post-traumatic stress syndromes.
What kind of support will people, particularly children who've gone through this, need now?
We try to get children back to a normal routine. So getting up at the same time, they do their homework, same bedtime routine. That's what we're looking to do for the children.
Back to a normal routine in a very, very abnormal situation. That's Jim Retto of the American Red Cross. And now back to you in the studio.